Welcome, everybody. How's everyone doing? Welcome to a wonderful Tuesday, November 7th. It's The week has been great so far. I'll be honest, the market's been giving you so many opportunities, so hopefully you guys got to capitalize on it. My trading on the day, however, flat on the day for myself, wasn't really able to capitalize too much. My trades, however, were good, logical, and sound, but I didn't really want to trade too much today after what happened, and we'll dive deeper into that a little bit later on once I start talking about my trades. But hopefully you guys got to take advantage of some of the call outs, some of the trades that we gave you guys today or last night, sorry, such as the SPY moving to 437.50 and possibly rejecting off 437.50. You saw that happen perfectly. We even got to see TripAdvisor holding 17 and giving you a beautiful risk to reward trade to the long side afterwards. So a lot of what we said last night ended up working out, and hopefully, you know, some of you guys were able to smack those trades and make some of that money over there for yourselves. I see people in the chat already saying CDP Prad green for me today, Amazon and Caterpillar. Okay, a little bit of day 3, day 4 earnings play for Caterpillar maybe over there, but I like to see that. Elbow cough. Oh, what's going on? Oh, you're dabbing. I see that. Dab on them haters with that green day CDP. I like it. And TH is in the chat too saying, oh baby, my stock soared today this afternoon. Green. Roared, soared, green, lean machine over there for the stock market in general. I mean, 437 finally knocking on the door for that on the S&P 500. The tech basket was so strong. We saw Microsoft able to get above 360 today, and a bunch of stocks, basically Apple even above 180. A lot of fun moves across the board on the market. I actually had the Apple short and the Microsoft long also. So yeah, we took some trades today, but we got tilted by missing out on opportunity on D-Dog, which was one of our biggest trades, and also not properly trading TripAdvisor, or not trading TripAdvisor to the long side at all the way we wanted to. And that kind of put us on tilt today, or myself, I shouldn't say us, probably not you guys, but put me on tilt today and didn't want to trade anymore. I just sat there like a angry little baby, and I was like, just angry, staring at the market the whole time, and watching Kill Tony and watching other podcasts and YouTube and the whole time. So basically sleeping, watching YouTube, and watching the market move. That's basically all my day consisted. But even throughout all that, I somehow managed to pull out 50 executions, and I did make 50 trades or so, all of which we'll talk about very shortly. We also have on board all of the movers that we want to be possibly interested in tomorrow, such as the earnings trades, such like RIVN, Upstart, Oxy, quickly cheating over here, looking at the thumbnail. We got Gilead. We also got Dutch Bros, Toast, Under Armour, Fisker, Warner Brother Digital. So tons of stocks over there to prep for. The watch list is large as always it is, right? So why don't we start the show, dive in, quickly show you guys my trades on the day today, and then we'll dive into the watch list for the day, and kind of see what type of trade setup for us tomorrow. Full screen mode. All right. EH. One of our most profitable stocks on the day today. Very, very patient with the entry. I think EH actually got, well, when I pulled into the office around 9 o'clock, this stock was not on my watch list at all. I had no plan to trade EH. EH was actually I guess Hindenburg made a report about him. I didn't even know the report, nor did I read about it. But I guess, you know, Hindenburg making the report, the stock dropping down in pre-market to 15-20% or so in pre-market, and then making a little bit of a pop from the opening drive and moving north. I guess even in pre-market itself, it started showing you a little bit of a move right back to the north side. So this is a pre-market move. It started rallying since pre-market. Around the open, you saw it rally more and more and more, and get pretty much closer to yesterday's close. I think yesterday's close was around $14.90, but right around $14 over here. I'm watching the stock get to 14, get stuff back down, get a little bit above 14, get stuff back down, get back above 14, make a new high, but then get stuff right back down. So on the re-entry near $14, I'm offering, I get filled. All right, awesome. Now I get to manage this position. So on the way down, we're able to take some fun exits to the downside, and then I'm watching the stock struggle around $13. So I'm able to get back in the position, take some more wins, and then get some in more again, and then keep on getting in and out, in and out. My number one stock on the day happened to be the stock that we did not plan for at all. Just noticed a little bit of a weakness around $14. Yesterday's close around $15, so I figured maybe we can get in over here with a tight stop, and if it wants to go to 15, we can take our second shot at 15. So that was my idea over there. Eventually managed to catch the retracement back to the south side as the Hindenburg short sell report affected the stock quite drastically. I actually don't have the stock on my notes for tomorrow, so we'll probably day 2 earnings slash news plays. So we'll put EH over there as a day 2 play. Ooh, I'm forgetting that everything's right over here. We'll put EH as a day 2 play over there on our watch list. Kind of watch if there's any volume in there tomorrow or a continuation drive right back to the south side off that Hindenburg report. Short sell report, basically, for anyone wondering what a Hindenburg report is. Next stock on the day for us today is Microsoft, something that we also traded. We didn't really have any plan to trade 360 area, but my manager was talking about how the stock is about to push to 360, and the way the market set up today, it was looking like a decent enough, worthy enough of a shot to trade this 360 area. So I took the breakout, got about 50 cents, 60 cents of a move to the north side, took my profits on the way up, and I set my stop and I forgot about it. Microsoft does manage to come back down, stops me out, and then makes another move to the north side. I wasn't willing to give it $1 worth of risk over there on Microsoft, and that made me miss out on a bigger move. These dummy candles over here, ignore them. The stock didn't actually go all the way down to those prices today, but those are just dark pool candles. They mess with our charting platform all the time. I could have removed them for you guys, but I was a little lazy because I was taking screenshots so close to 4 o'clock today, and I just had to run out of the office, hit the gym, come here, make the thumbnail, which was very lacking today. The thumbnail today sucked. Okay, I had no idea what to make the thumbnail about, and just winged it because it was Rivian's earnings. So I used the Rivian CEO, face swapped my face with his face, kind of blew up the car a little bit, throw up the image for the earnings move, including today's move on Rivian, and I was like, okay, hopefully this ends up being a good enough thumbnail. But no, that was a horrible thumbnail. Not my best thumbnail today at all, but hopefully that's enough to bring some viewers in. I see a couple of you in the chat already being a little active. I appreciate CDP and TH always showing up, showing me love. Means a lot to me, ladies and gentlemen. Means a lot. Now, moving back to the market, Microsoft, quick little long off the 360, scalped some wins, got stopped out, still profitable on the day, allowed us to basically stay flat because we do have a couple losers at the end of the trading over here that we're going to talk about. DraftKings, I think this was profitable / flat on the day for me. What happened with DraftKings was the stock was flushing off the open, that 35 area, which we were looking to see how the stock would trade around. We actually saw a flush off the open, a pullback into that 35 area, and the constant rejection of 35. So I'm thinking, okay, let me start building into a short over here. Every time we go pop up and come back down, I'm getting ready to take more size, add some size over there, and I'm scalping some out, and then now I just have a stop out because the stock made a higher low. Instead of really going down to today's low, buyers showed up at a higher price point, and according to our notes on DraftKings from yesterday, we were ready to actually look for the long. 34 to 33 area needs to hold for the stock after how it traded. If the stock is under 33, then we can look for longs. So based on my idea over there and my theory that I put down in my notes last night, the stock was nowhere near 33. A lower bottom coming in higher than 34.50 at this point, near 34.60s or so. and clearly negating that's the short thesis. So maybe there is a bullish thesis over here for DraftKings, especially after how the market's playing out today. So based on that, I set my stop out. I left the stock do what it's saying. It stopped me out. Fine. Now I'm gonna look for the longs instead. Let's see what happens. The stock does manage to come back to VWAP. I just had a blind order over here, so I'm in and never really manages to push under 35 or under today's VWAP. So didn't really have to punch out, but I think that's a little too hasty. I mean, yeah, the pattern is not to the downside, so obviously it has to be the upside. Not necessarily. It could also be to the sideways and just not do anything for the rest of the day. Where at this point, this entry could have failed me on the day and basically added to the losing stocks on the day. But thankfully, it didn't end up working that way. The stock did manage to give me some bounces to the upside. And near the high days, I was focusing on what was happening. And right around the day's high, the stock was getting stuffed right back to the downside. So I don't want to hold it right back to VWAP or right back to entry. And hence, for that reason, I'm out of this position. I was ready to buy back on any dips if it was going to go back to today's VWAP. Those dips never really came into play. The stock was on a constant trend, on a motor path to $36, as was the market. The market just wanted to continually go up today. On another day, can't stop, won't stop move for the market north side. So shout out to the S&P 500, shout out to the QQQ, because they are green yet again. DraftKings leeching off that move, and we were able to turn our shorts into longs and end up being flat or positive on the day, if I remember accurately. No, DraftKings was positive also. Apple was also positive on the day for us. Quick little short on Apple off that 180 area. Was it 180? I think it was 180. Maybe it was 181. I can't remember now. Maybe it was 181. No, that was 180. Yeah, right around 180. There was some size on Apple. We focused on that size. Eventually, that size actually got removed, and I got scared off that. So on this move immediately to the downside, took some profit, set a stop out. Kind of thought the stock would go more to the downside, but I'm an idiot to think that. Why would the stock do that if the market was constantly just going up and up, right? So if market was just going continuously to the upside, I should have probably thought about, setting my stop a little bit lower, not just at break even, and then I would not have, given back a couple pennies or so on this trade and captured more. The market was ridiculously strong, and Apple basically giving you a nice little dip buy opportunity right off of today's VWAP, going up to 182, up 1.7%. All you had to do was wait for that 180 area to come into play on Apple. You also got the nice right side of the V trade over here that you could have gotten back in right near VWAP. Pretty tight risk at the low of day over here. You could even kind of extend that risk a little bit more to pre-market lows if you really want to give it that much risk. But you could have given to the low of this candle and gotten right above VWAP with a beautiful risk to reward. Maybe even added on the break of 180 to the second time if there was some strength, or add on the pullbacks back into 180 if there was some strength. So a couple ideas over there on Apple, all of which where we were just sitting there and watching the market move, because let's actually show you why. Because of this stock on the day today. Our number one loser should not even have been a loser. Number one loser should not have even been a loser. I guess our stops were way too tight. I waited for the consolidation on this stock, okay? I waited a long damn time for the whole flush off the open to take place, some consolidation to show up, and every time the stock would get back under 97, hello, Prad, stop doing that. Every time the stock would get back under 97 and pop back up, I was watching the tape very closely, okay? This is so triggering even talking about it. I was watching the tape very closely, and 97 was holding. It would anytime it would go lower, make a new low, pop back up, and 97 would hold. So I got long with a stop at the low a day. But I guess, I should have given a little bit more stop. The stock was a little bit spready off the open. It wasn't really moving like how Tesla and Nvidia moves. See, I already have my vaporizer in my hand because I'm stressed. I need to get my nicotine fix in just for talking about the stock over here, because man, it put me on tilt today. We're at the point where I didn't want to trade anything at all, and whatever I lost on this trade, because I was pretty, confident about this trade and I was taking some good size on it. Whatever I lost on this trade over here on the break of lower days, I just spent the rest of the day making that money back, and I just kind of shut off my computer, right? But overall, man, should not even have been a loss. I should have been able to give the stock a little bit more risk. I think on hindsight, obviously, I'm focusing on how to improve. In hindsight, you can see in pre-market how the stock held this 95 area. I could have given it down to that 95. My entry was 97. Pretty much exactly 97, and if I'm giving up to this $95, it's a $2 risk for, I mean, how many dollars to the upside did the stock go? 98, 100, 102, 103, 104, right? So the risk to reward is still there, but it's just the lack of at that moment, the lack of realizing that, hey, there's a stock made a lower a low over here in pre-market, and really made a bounce off of that, and we haven't really tested that yet. So if you are interested in the long off of today's VWAP, maybe just wait to see what happens under here to get out. Take that $2 hit per share for that bigger reward, because you were expecting that purple range to come into play. This purple range we actually put into the stock yesterday in front of you guys. For whoever was here yesterday, you remember some of these levels, some of these zones that we put into the chart were yesterday after hours, and you see how perfectly the stock just trades sideways all day in that zone. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? That's the Prastradamus levels at that point. So if you were expecting a move up to here or more, then you should have been willing to risk up to down here at the very least. And since we didn't do that, we've missed out on a big trade. After I get stopped out, I noticed this, and then the stock's already over here. That puts me on an even bigger tilt on the day, to the point where, like I said, I just didn't want to trade anymore. It's like, what's the damn point? This was my number one trade. I don't want to trade anymore. And then another thing happened where TraderPrad, this is also a stock that we talked about last night for you guys. We have notes on it. It was in our number one notes also. We actually have sadly we're not able to execute on it at all. So TraderPrad in our notes from last night, I think 16 and 17 dips should get bought up unless the conference call brings bad news. If the stock can get above 18 and hold, could potentially see a move up to 19. 16 and 17 dips basically got bought up. There was a little bit of selling off the open. 17 got bought up. 17 launching up to 18, almost $18.30. Basically the after hour high from the earnings catalyst coming in to test again and rejecting off of that, and the stock closing around $18. So we were planning this. The reason why we didn't execute on it is we were talking to our manager, or at least I was talking to my manager today about TraderPrad off the open, and they said it's a boomer stock. Prad, you're always trading boomer stocks. You need to stop looking at boomer stocks. So I said, okay, fine. I'll not trade it, but I'll keep watching it. And I was watching it and just watching the stock do what we thought it needs to do. Although I shouldn't be saying need, because I don't have a crystal ball or anything. I don't know the future. But watching the stock do what we wanted it to do. It set up exactly how we wanted it to set up. It made a bottomed out, never really made a new low, immediate bounce above today's VWAP, held today's VWAP on the 5-minute area, and then constantly just triggering slowly all the way up to the north side through the rest of the day. So monster move on TraderPrad. Not being able to catch this move tilted me a little bit, so I took some shorts in these areas on TraderPrad, and then when this area breaks out, I get stopped out, and right back into the 830 area. I get back in and I make that money right back on TraderPrad, helping me once again break even on the day, stay breaking even on the day. So this is TraderPrad right here. Not being able to catch the move, like I said, I tilt a little bit and FOMO into a short. Later on, I do catch that short, and I get the nice little ride right back into 18, a 40-cent ride for a tight little risk of 5 cents. Beautiful move right back down over there, but I lost about 40 cents per share over here on this move overall. So overall flat on the trade. Nothing really happened on TraderPrad like we wanted it to. I think tomorrow I'm not asking anyone's advice. I'm just going in, trading my stocks the way we planned for it, and then I'm executing it at in the right spots with the right patience and the right form, and then we'll see where things go. Okay, then we'll see where things go. Uber short off the open. I was watching Uber basically reject around this 48 area off the open quite a bit. So I get short with the tights. I don't even think I set a stop. I just don't like the trade off the open because Uber is not really showing me a lot of weakness. We're getting stuff down, but not really getting too stuff down. So I'm getting out of this trade. I don't like that trade. Later on, I try for a long above VWAP after it breaks up to the north side, comes back down right around VWAP with the stop under VWAP a little bit. That one gets triggered. Looks like the long was right around these areas over here near 47, as that area was the buying spot. That buying spot just continuously showing you immense amount of buying pressure on this position off the earnings move, allowing it to go right above 50 today, slightly above 50, which was an area that we were looking out to see what the stock would do. It gave you a short off the 50 area once, and then later on it just kind of teetered around $50. So we'll talk about Uber for a possible trade on day 2 setup very soon. I was scared for a second that Uber was not on the little blob at the bottom. But yeah, this was our trade on the Uber. Pretty much flat on that stock too. And Shopify, quick little short on Shopify after it makes this whole overall run up on the day. But then afterwards making that run up, it rejects exactly around, hello? It rejects exactly around the earnings days high. So right around the earnings days high, this was the earnings day, sorry, not exactly around the earnings days high, but if you go to the daily chart, you see right over here the last few days including today, we are kind of topping out right near $62. So after 62 breaks out on this position, I'm closely watching it get back under 62. So I guess short over here with a nice little move right back to the south side, but the stock is not actually making a new low over here right at 6160, 6150s. It's stalling out. The tape is not showing you buying. It's more mid prints and a little bit of a green. So focusing on that, I closed my trade, and then I was watching it right back at 62 again to see if there was a trade over here, and there was an even bigger short that played out later on that I sadly did not catch because my moody ass was just sitting there watching the market move, and we missed out on some opportunities. But tomorrow, we're not going to let tilt overtake us. At least this is something that we are kind of changing now. And when we are tilting, we're not going from losing more and more money for no reason into going away from losing money unnecessarily on tilt, into just sitting there back and watching the market, kind of just paper trading in our head, watching the market move and still learning from that. So that's a big change that I have done. And for anyone who is kind of like dealing with tilt trading, giving back money, having FOMO, that's something that I would suggest for you. FOMO, obviously, there's no reason to have FOMO. It's like you're fearing of this opportunity not showing up again, so you're kind of chasing it, but there's no reason for that ever again. That setup is you missed the setup today, but tomorrow it'll show up on a different stock, and maybe not tomorrow, but another day it'll show up on a different stock. And if you study that setup, if you study and analyze that trade, you'll be able to pull it off the next time on another stock. That's a big part of the big reason of why I do these streams, because talking out loud, talking to you guys, explaining things to you guys is basically internalizing things for myself and trying to learn from my mistakes that I previously made, and also learn from the things that I have not done that I need to be doing, and internalizing it. It's kind of like writing things down again and again. And I actually saw this Instagram reel today. Maybe I should show you guys the Instagram reel if I can somehow. Let me try and pull up the Instagram reel over here. Instagram. Don't think I posted it on my story, but if I did, we might just be able to pull it up. No, I didn't post it, but I might have saved it. Can I pull up my saved stuff somewhere? No, I can't. Okay, sadly, I can't pull it up. But basically, what that Instagram reel talks about is, how the successful people every morning get up and do a certain things, discipline and so on. But he also talks about the need of writing things down. Whatever your goal is, write your goal down. And every morning when you wake up, write it in the present tense, in the first person perspective, like, I am a great trader, I am a patient trader, I am a disciplined trader. If you write those things down every morning, it internalizes in it within yourself and in your subconscious, and you kind of follow those setups more and more and more in the future, instead of just kind of being like, hey, I think I'm gonna do that, and I know how to do that. I'll try to do that. There is no trying, there's only doing. Either you do it or you don't. So that's something that I might add to my routine over here. Every morning I'm just gonna go in my notebook at work, I'm just gonna write down, I'm a disciplined trader, I'm a patient trader, I'm not going to tilt, I'm not going to FOMO. So just write down things like that for yourself, and even write down your goals. Put your goals out there in the open. Let the universe hear it. Let them all know what you want from the world, from the trading universe, from the markets, and put your goals out there. Let it be known, and let's achieve them all together. Let's all achieve them together. Let's splash, baby. Let's splash it. Now let's go back to all the stocks that we're going to prep for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have a pretty long list of stocks over here to talk about. So if you want to go through those lists over here with me, we got all the stocks that moved around after hours on earnings. We got a couple stocks moving around tomorrow pre-market, a couple day 3 earnings plays, other stocks that already announced earnings and are maybe still giving some opportunities since they moved into new ranges, or are looking to break out and go to new ranges. So a couple stocks over here, and last but not least, we always have our wonderful big tech to take a look at, which has been making a lot of moves recently. Especially shout out to AMD. Gotta love AMD over there, baby. Ooh wee. Prad, how do you deal with the emotional part of trading? Great question. Yeah, great question. I mean, how do I deal with the emotional part of trading? You just gotta go through those waves, right? Gotta go through them and learn how to manage yourself at the end of the day, because trading is such a hard job. Trading is such a hard job. You end up being everything. You are the CEO, you are the risk manager, you are the analyst, you are the human resource person, you're also the psychologist. Like, so you're wearing all the masks throughout the day, different times of the day. So the thing is, you need balance. You need a lot of balance in life. Go do things outside of trading, like things that help you build dopamine and serotonin in the right ways. I would say gym, sauna, and especially after you do gym and sauna, get some cold showers in your system. All these ways to help you kind of, get a little bit mentally tough. Once you get a little bit mentally tougher, you'll be able to handle the losses and the wins and so on. There was a time of day where anytime I had even the smallest win, I'll start getting up and dancing and start doing crazy stuff. And on the smallest loss, I'll start frowning and just being very, very upset. Part of me still does that. I mean, today I did that, missing out on the opportunity on Datadog. Thankfully, I didn't chase the trade. Even if I did chase it, I would have made money. But thankfully, I didn't chase the trade afterwards. At the same time, I got very, very upset at myself for not being able to fully capitalize on that trade, and I kind of stopped myself from trading for the rest of the day. But that's the more mature me now, right? Before, me tilting on not taking the trade properly would have probably traded other stocks poorly and lost more money, or chased the stock and probably made money on tilt and gave it back later on in the day, right? But now the more mature me, now the more grown up me is I'm recognizing the tilt, catching it right away, and just staying away from the market when that happens. So first step is recognizing you're probably going to spiral, right? Your emotions are kicking in. Probably not the best time to make decisions. And stay away from the market when the emotions are kicking in. And if the emotions are not kicking in, then you know what? Go ahead, keep making decisions, and then keep on trading. That's what I would say is how you could deal with the emotional part of trading, is if you recognize emotions are coming in, like fear, greed, just take a little break, take a breather, assess the market, assess the situation, and then go off of that. Assess the market, assess the situation. I like that. I'm gonna start doing that. If I start sensing more fear in a trade, I'm gonna assess the trade. I'm gonna assess the market. I'm gonna do that. I like that. Now that I'm saying that out loud, now that I'm saying these out loud, it's kind of helping me internalize a little bit of that. So just if I recognize any sort of fear, any sort of greed in a trade, and sort of pushing a key right away, I'm gonna step back a bit, look at the damn market, look at the trade, and then I'll see how can I better make a trade off of that. All right. Dallas is in the chat. Let's go, baby. What's up? What's up, Dallas? Thanks, Brad. I've been trading for over a year. It's been hard. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I've been trading for like what 3.5 years now, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I mean, Dallas is probably a person to you guys can talk to about that even more than me, because he is a great trader. I was talking about Dallas yesterday, if you guys remember. I want to learn more from Dallas about small cap stuff, because this man looks like he knows a lot about small cap, and small cap is where the money's at. So we'll learn more from Dallas, and we'll give you guys all the secrets on the stream over here. But right now, let's dive into the big long list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start off with RIVN. Go to the 1 minute chart here real quick. Where is that one coming from? News anchor VWAP. Oh yeah, I remember that news. That news was when about how the stock was split, not splitting, but diluting themselves. So that's what that catalyst was. Looks like earnings was red. I guess in line, a little bit of miss on EPS, but slight beat on revenue. I want to see what the numbers are on RIVN for delivery numbers and all those other numbers over there. RIVN said it produced 16,300 cars and delivered 15,000. Okay, 15,500. Reports, production, monthly buys. These figures were already public. Okay, true, fair enough. EV maker raised guidance to 54,000, citing progress in production lines. Okay, that's pretty good. RIVN also said Amazon remains focused on bringing 100,000 delivery vehicles to the road. As to the end of the quarter, Amazon has over 10,000 of them in fleet. The EV maker also announced that it will now allow other companies to begin purchasing its delivery vehicles. Okay. RIVN ended its third quarter with blank amount of money. Who cares? We remain focused on ramping production and implementing core technologies designed to reduce cost and improve the customer offering. Okay. Overall, I guess, they are delivering more cars. They are more happy about making, they're positive about making more cars over here, as the production issues are not really as rampant as they were before. Improved supply chain. More cars for Amazon. Amazon is focused on the 100,000. They have 10,000 already. So a lot of good catalyst over here looks like coming out. Shout out to Benzinga. Go check out their link down below. This is what Benzinga's screen looks like. Let me just show it to you guys. Bang, this is what Benzinga's screen looks like. That's the news right there for RIVN. Go check out their link right down below in the description if you are interested in Benzinga Pro. Okay, RIVN did, however, make a move to the north side. I'm guessing a little bit has to do with the conference call, a little bit has to do with the positive catalyst that the earnings catalyst brought out, which is more cars, and that's exactly what you want to see from RIVN, which is a car maker, duh. Let me just, it says earnings came out that late, but they started moving around. I mean, what time is that? 4:27. Is that 4:27? That's not 4:27. Why did the stock start moving around so quickly, though? I mean, so early is my question. I'm wondering where I need to put the anchored VWAP from for earnings. Do I start from... I don't know, guys. Do we just put it from here? It says earnings came out at this time though on TradingView, but no, I see Benzinga has their numbers coming out at like 407. So we'll just put it around 407. Whereas let's just put it at this big candle. Yeah, 407. That's the big volume candle. We'll put it on that big volume candle. Call that earnings. Earnings, anchored VWAP, and we'll put that one right there. Now we are kind of ready for this one tomorrow, but we need to find some levels and map out some possible trade ideas. One thing that really stands out to me is that news anchored VWAP, which on the 1 minute was to the lower side, but on the 5 minute is to the higher side. You can see how the stock basically traded under that news anchored VWAP for the longest time ever since that news dropped. And after hours, we pinged that high perfectly. We pinged that high perfectly in the after hours. So looking to see what happens if we this is basically called the anchor VWAP pinch now. A longer term anchor VWAP and a shorter term anchor VWAP. The stock is trading between them two and eventually breaks out of one or the other. And when that breakout happens, you are able to take that breakout, put a nice little tight risk to reward on that trade for a clean swing trade. It's a more swing trade setup. At least you make more money on the swing trade that way. But, you know, for a day trade, you might be able to get a quick little scalp to the north side as a day trade on RIVN. So I'm interested to see what it does near that anchored VWAP. But, yeah, the earnings move over here also stands out to me on RIVN. So RIVN, if we do zoom out on a longer time frame, I mean, we're going to have to nuke some of these lines over here. So why don't we start off with that ritual, because we haven't put lines on RIVN for a long time. So nuke them, nuke all these lines. I guess I didn't have to nuke that one, did I? We'll put that one back over here. But real quick, looking at Dallas Law here to learn from you, brother. Love your reviews. Oh, chill out, brother. It's fake ass reviews trying to look smart. That's what they are. All right, we got 24.50 to 25 coming in on RIVN to the north side. I mean, that's a long shot out. The stock is currently struggling around $18. We got this little bottom over here that I'm interested in. Looks like somewhere up to this range, honestly. So I'm gonna quickly map out all the way up to the zone on the stock. The zone, shout out to the zone. Hey, the zone, if you want to sponsor your boy, hook me up. 1950 to 2022 area on RIVN over here for any pops, looking for possible rejection of this area. I mean, that was basically the news pop, and the stock rejected this supply area, turned it into a proper demand zone. So I'm expecting that demand zone possibly to open up. But if that demand zone turns back into a supply, and we are actually watching this anchored VWAP turn into support compared to a resistance, which it was for quite a bit of a while now, then I'm interested to see what happens in the 2019 to 20 area. Maybe we start seeing a retracement back to the north side on RIVN. The earnings catalyst, not really the strongest catalyst over there. We did get a little bit of a bump up, but not too much of a bump in the after hours either. So pretty interesting of a move over here. I'll be looking out to see if the stock, let's actually start putting the notes in for that. If stock can get above news AVWAP and stay above it, possible moves into $20 where it could see rejection, hold of 20 is bullish. Obviously, duh, Pratt, hold of 20 is bullish. But yeah, that's the overall idea. Rejections of these area, bearish. Hold of this area, bullish. We'll see if that area comes into play in pre-market. I'm very interested in to see how the stock trades on the news anchored VWAP, which is right around $18.50. If we can hold this $18 as support, then you know, that's pretty much a bullish indication for a longer side for the stock. If stock can hold and trade above 18, possible bullish indication on stock. Okay, hopefully my notes are not too confusing for me. That's a lot of sentences over there for me to really even read off the open, so I'll just try to maybe summarize it later on the stream for myself, because that one looks a little hectic for myself. But hopefully you guys got the idea. The idea for RIVN over there was oh, didn't even have that one up for you guys. Psych. The idea for RIVN is if it can stay above 18 right here, if it can stay above 18 and 1850, let's say 1850, 18 to 1850. You know what? So basically, if the stock pulls back under 18 for me, let's say under even the earnings anchored VWAP, that's not really a bullish indication at all. That means the seller off the news catalyst is still way too strong on this stock. And they're gonna keep on bullying this position a little bit longer, so possibly staying away from the long side if the stock is trading under 18. Need to see 18 hold. I mean, 18 and 17 not that far out. Basically, there's a good chance the stock goes into 17, holds 17, and then pops up. You can see how today's anchor VWAP is right around $17. So not today's anchor VWAP, today's VWAP is right around $17.50. So there's a good chance the stock pulls into this area, trades right around today's close, and then bounces up. But I need to see 18 hold for me to be really bullish for this stock. Otherwise, then I'm thinking the seller of this $18 area, or not the 18, but the anchored view off from the news is still very strong on this position. Okay. UPST, finally we can move on. I think that notes was a little confusing to me, so we can move to the next one. You put in the work, execution will come. Appreciate it. You're giving me too much credit, man. You're giving me too much credit. We'll see. Hopefully one day the execution will come in. God damn, I suck at execution, dude. And that's the only thing that matters. The edge is not in the setup, it's in the execution. And the execution is the trader, and the trader is the execution. None of which I'm able to pull off at the moment. I got paper hands now. After everything that happened with Trader TV Live and all that nonsense, I got paper hands now. The trader in me died. I have to refine him. I have to regrow him. I have to recultivate that trader. Where are you, TraderPrad? No, I'm right here. I'm here, chat. Don't worry. I'm here. Okay. Upstart, let's get back to the stock market over here, because once again, obviously, long list of stocks, and I've yet to walk my dog today, so we're gonna have to do that real quick. Upstart over here, big drop to the downside. Oh, did we go all the way down 12 bucks? Where are we? No, we did not. Okay, $22 or so. Not bad, but that one's hurting for a couple people that I know in my friend circle. That's Upstart is hurtful to a lot of people right now. I mean, I know a lot of people who actually have Upstart here. Hopefully they still don't have it. But yeah. Yeah. I have no other words for that right now. We'll move on from that comment. However, we did drop to the downside right into this not 52-week low, but recent range low over here to the downside near $22. A break of this low, the stock's already down more than 10%. A break of that level possibly takes it to $16 or so. Could see some possible SSR longs on this trade tomorrow, so watch out for that. I like how we're just shy of that 22 area right now. So 22 holding in pre-market, and we actually open above this low in pre-market. That means there's a possible SSR long a little bit earlier, but I will be question marking that theory. I think we're going to open a little bit lower, somewhere down over here, and then pop up into these ranges and then reject off of these ranges later on Upstart. So Upstart, I'm going to be waiting to see how it trades in pre-market, obviously, but off the move that we have already been presented to on this position, if the stock is holding above 22, opens above 22, then you're possibly looking to wait for the pops and then short the pops on the stock, or I don't know why you'd be looking to take that FSR bounce. If it's above 22, I possibly won't. I think under 22 will give you a better SSR bounce. Okay. Where could that pop come to? $25 or so. Let's go right back to the long-term chart over here, which is the daily chart. That's the 25 area. Pretty good consolidation. But let me just quickly throw in a range box instead for ourselves. Somewhere right around that range over there is what I'm interested in, to see if the stock can pop into that level and then give us a possible a rejection. So let's say 25 to 26, right? Basically 25 to 26 area. Popping into that area, we could look for some shorts there. The stock did close at $29 or $30. I don't think we see a pop all the way into 29, 30 tomorrow on the SSR bounce. If we do, then this earnings report is fugazi, which I don't think it is. And honestly, nobody knows what Upstart does. Upstart is just another fugazi company out there, just exists and blew up during COVID era. And now finally realizing the reality of the truth for this position. Real quick before we go to Upstart, we have to pour out pour the beer or pour the alcohol on the ground for flowchecker.com, ladies and gentlemen, as this website has finally been shut down. Pour it out for flowchecker.com. We're gonna have to remove this one from our watch list. God damn it. Why are you doxing me all the goddamn time? I just doxed myself again. Gotta love it. Where's Flow Checker over here? I don't think we have Flow Checker over there. Guys, please don't use my emails and shit to send me and sign me up to stuff like Roku and stuff, okay? Please. Come on, don't be that person. Don't be annoying like that, okay? But Upstart overall, we're looking for a possible continuation move off the open to the downside and then look for the SSR bounce. If stock is near 16 bucks, beautiful SSR bounce. Okay. If stock pops into 25/26, look for short patterns. Okay, I like that. Patterns. We're using better words now. We're using better terminology. Yeah, man. Okay. We're evolving. What the hell is this, Prad? What the hell is these lines? This is not evolving. This is... I almost used the R word over there and got canceled on YouTube. Okay, good. Whatever that was, we're going to bomb all those lines. Probably should not say bomb out loud either, huh? Yeah, probably not. Probably best to not say the word bomb out loud. And I keep saying that again and again. I'm going to end up on a goddamn no-fly list. Okay, so, I mean, good earnings report, but I don't think we popped up there. Boomer stock. I don't think we popped up into those ranges at all. We'll mark up this range real quick. Good earnings report. We're trading somewhere down over here. I think we popped right into 63, honestly. I'll say 64. It's either here or here. Right? It's either here or here. I'll say we popped into 64. Yo, the stock did nothing after hours, chat. What the hell? The stock did nothing after hours. What is XLE looking like at the moment? Down 2% on the day. Okay. Oxy with a little bit of a positive earnings report. Maybe we get a move back up. Let's go see what crude futures are looking like. Holy smokes. Oil's getting smoked at the moment. Yeah, crude futures are getting smoke-a-rooskied. That's probably why Oxy is not making a pop, too much of a pop on that good earnings report. Decent beat on EPS. Not a big beat on revenue, but decent. Not looking too good, honestly. The earnings report not looking too good, or at least the moves are not looking too good to the north side because of how weak crude futures and XLE are looking. So maybe Oxy actually comes in. Oh, I gotta change this. Maybe Oxy actually comes in and rescues this position tomorrow, or rescues the sector tomorrow, or not. That's the question over there. Obviously, Oxy is the reason why it's been trading like this for such a long time. You can quickly go check a couple of the other stocks that do that. And they do that for a reason. They do that right after a certain person kind of takes control of these stocks, and if you can guess who that person is, then maybe you can understand what's going on here with Oxy. Very, very controlled buying happening on the dips, and not too much of pops really coming in. But anytime pops do come in, you kind of see it get stuffed right back down. It's because Papa Buffett over here controlling the shit out of this position, okay? Controlling the shit out of Occidental Petroleum. Not sure how much he owns now, but it's way more than 10%. $57. Does not see control, and average is $57, and you can see how the stock never really trades under 57 too long, right? Never really trades under 57 for too long. So Occidental, I guess this 55 to 57 area is, how do these lines just come back? Bro, I just nuked some of these lines. How do these lines just come back? That's scary. 57 to 55 area kind of important. The stock, I don't think we'll spend too long under there. We'll put a line right down there for ourselves. Good earnings report. We'll see what it does in this pop into, what is that range that we have? 66 to 67.50 or 67, sorry. Look for pops. For the long side, what do we want to do for the long side on Occidental? Why is the chart so messed up? Thank you. For the long side, if it drops into 60, that looks like a great spot to get long, honestly. It held today pretty well near the $60 area, but I don't think it opens near 60, honestly. I think we go higher. We have to go higher and start trading a little bit to the north side off that earnings report. So somewhere around the 64 breakout, if 64 can break out on this position. I'm expecting the stock to, it's right around 61, right? Once again, let's go confirm it. Yeah, right around 60, 61 right here is the stock trading. So right around today's high. So move above today's high, maybe take it to $64. That's something to look out for. So move above this range, 61 high, take it back to 64, and a move above 64 can take it back to 67. That's probably like a 2-day play right there. So tomorrow we can look to see how the stock trades in the 64 area. I like that. I like that plan right there. GILD, another stock that came out with earnings report. Decent volume on the daily side too, but mostly to the downside over here. What? Good earnings report. That's what I remember seeing, but I'm confused as to why this move is us to the downside on this position. I mean, don't question it, trade it. We did push down in the after hours, maybe something with the conference call, maybe something with the guidance, eventually going right back south to 79-ish dollars, which is, I mean, right here. That looks pretty boring. That looks pretty damn boring. I need to see the stock get above 80 and really, really go up north off that earnings report. If it does not want to go up north, then I'm not even sure I want to trade it. The stock looks a little choppy, honestly. And this range is, if we drop back into the same damn boring range off the earnings report, I'm not gonna be interested in this stock at all. If we're under 79.50, let's say 79, right? If we're under 79, I don't want to be looking at you. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be looking for shorts. I'm going to stay away. Because if I want to short, there's other stocks out there that look more interesting and more juicy than this stock. So I'll be seeing if maybe if the stock brings us some volume pre-market tomorrow, some activity, maybe we can revamp some of these levels and kind of look for some trades over here. But I need to see the stock above 80 on that earnings report. And if that earnings report brings in weakness, then we probably get back under 79. But the stock has so much buying right under 79 into 75, 76. And we don't know where these buyers will show up. It's an absolute gamble to even guess those numbers. So I don't want to be fighting all this buying pressure. At that point, I'm just going to wait to the downside of these levels to kind of come into play. So GILD, just going to wait for to see how the stock moves in pre-market. For now, I just have that one idea. Bros is the next stop. Yo, bro, what's good? Dutch Bros is the ticker. For those of you who don't know, it's a coffee company. Earnings report, ooh, positive. They are making money. Okay. Is it the next Starbucks is the question over there for Dutch Bros. So let's quickly put in that number. Earnings. Go back to the long-term chart. Actually, go back to the 1-minute chart. We popped into 27's area. So 27.60 just happens to be right around. No, that's not. That's too far. Not even too much of a pop in earnings report over here on Dutch Bros. Another boring-ass stock looks like. I mean, technically the stock doesn't do much volume, so it makes sense why the stock didn't really do too much of a pop. Maybe on earnings move it brings in a little bit of volume, and then we can take a look at it. The next few stocks over here are all going to be the same boring stocks. Toast actually does a little bit more volume. 8 million shares on a 10-20 day average, and 20 million shares on earnings days looks like. So this one, maybe we can take a look at. $17 stock, expecting this one to possibly trigger SSR already, and dropping well below the 52-week low, which is currently around $15.50. And that is correcto mundo. So we got that guess right. Finally, we nailed one guess. Let's put that in there. Toast actually looks like it could be a little interesting. Let's zoom out once again on a longer time frame. The all-time low on this position is $11.91. So let's put a marker right there. We're currently around $14 in this consolidation range on Toast, where we haven't been for a long time. So obviously a new range coming into the stock. Somewhere around July of last year is where the stock traded in these prices. So those levels coming back into play, and I wouldn't be surprised if the stock kind of drops into $13 into $12 before we see that SSR trade coming in. So be a little patient if you are looking for the SSR bounce. Damn it, I keep forgetting to do this for you guys. Okay, there you go. All-time low at 1191. The the stock is holding this $14 pretty damn well in the after hours, if you ask me. And that low right there in the after hours, that doesn't happen by surprise. The stock actually traded decent amount of volume after hours too. So waiting to see if 1350 area has something. Possible SSR long around 1350. Look out to see if there is a buyer near 1338/1340 area. Okay, so like that. So a possible SSR longs, and once it does make that long, exhaust the buyers out, exhaust the short sellers who are taking profit, and then exhaust any new buyers coming in on this position. Then we can look for that look for the shorts return back to the south side on TOST. But at the moment, we're going to be most likely looking for that SSR bounce if the stock can offer it to us tomorrow. Wish I think is under $1. Oh wow, I'm wrong. Actually above $1, but the stock's not doing too much volume these days. Yeah, I thought Wish was under $1. I guess they split, right? Yeah, look at that. They split recently, and that brought it back above $1. And still a useless ass stock, useless ass company. I don't think I'm gonna be trading it tomorrow. It's just gonna drop more to the downside and be boring in liquidity side. But you know what? Let's do something over here. Let's copy Bros and move it down towards Wish, and then copy Gilead. I think that's how you say it. Move it down to Bros and Wish, and these are our top few stocks that we might want to be focused on. Most likely RIVN, Upstart, and Oxy, but we also have a big stock and a couple other good companies announcing earnings tomorrow pre-market. So let's go take a look at a bunch of those stocks. You know how stocks have conference calls in pre-market, so we need to also do some research on these positions to see what times they have conference calls. So we'll quickly do incognito tab, head over to the market scanner website, type in the stock that we're looking to do the research on, go to calendar, and then find the time they're going to do earnings report. So earnings call, 8 o'clock earnings report, and 8:30 earnings call coming out from Roblox. So don't have to worry about this one's earnings call coming in and screwing our day over. Let's go to the next stock over here, Fisker. Fisker calendar, please. This one's earnings call is at 9 a.m. So hopefully doesn't go for too long, but this one's at 9 a.m. Looking for any stock that could have earnings call during the market hours, which is 9:30 to 4 o'clock basically. So looks like Warner Brother Digital is at 8 a.m. Still in the clear. Everything's looking good so far. Let's go to Under Armour next. UAA? I just put UA in my I'll edit it real quick. UAA. Save. Okay. Calendar. Screw off, dude. This one's at 8:30 a.m. earnings call. Another clear sign over there. We're in the clear so far. Don't have to worry too much for the earnings reports. God damn it. Close that. Open it back up. Paste that back down. Go to the calendar. And projected, don't really see what time their call is, but 3D Systems, one of the more back burner plays for tomorrow. But the main ones that we're looking forward to trade tomorrow actually don't have earnings call during the intraday hours. So we're in the clear for most of these stocks. So let's get to work, shall we? The shall we just reminded me of Benjamin City. Wow, okay. Anyway, shall we? Let's go to Roblox. Roblox, RBLX. Roblox coming out with, holy smokes, do we have levels on this stock or what? We have a lot of levels on this position, clearly. Whatever happened with this earnings VWAP, I think we can kind of remove it. It's a little bit irrelevant now. Coming back to Roblox, I think I'm expecting a positive earnings report. The last few earnings report was negative, but I'm expecting a positive earnings report. We'll see what happens over here. The kids always love Roblox, right? Younger kids, They want to play the games that their friends are playing, and they want to be involved with. I'm gonna actually do myself a favor here. Do that. They want to be involved in what the kids are playing. They want to be involved with what their friends are doing and so on. So Roblox is part of that hype phenomenon that will stay alive for a little bit. So based on that, I am expecting a positive earnings report on Roblox. We'll see if those levels can come into play to the north side. But obviously these are just expectations. We don't know the future. We don't have a crystal ball. So all things will be kind of given out in pre-market tomorrow, and we just have to wait. One thing that's clearly standing out to me right now is the stock actually managed to break out of this gap down area and now start inching back to the north side. Higher lows, higher highs kind of coming in over here, right back into this 3650. So shout out to Roblox. I did not expect that. Did not have this stock on my watch for a couple days now. So did not see this one happening. Good consolidation in the zone. Good hold of the new 52-week low and popping back up. Everything looking good so far on Roblox. Clearly there's a zone over here from $26 to $25 basically, to see what happens to the downside in case the earnings report's negative. I do think the stock breaks right back under 30 and goes here if the earnings report's negative. And if the earnings report's positive, then why are we not above 35, 36 and somewhere in the $40 areas for this position? So watch out what happens on a positive earnings report to the north side. But for me, I think positive earnings report, we're somewhere near 40. Negative earnings report, we're somewhere near $24. All things obviously will be revealed tomorrow by the market gods themselves. FSR, also near the 52-week low here. Ooh, I like that. I mean, we do like clean levels like this. So on a positive earnings report, clearly get long off of this area. Look for those move up north side. I think Fisker looks pretty damn good right now, honestly. So we'll wait and see how that earnings report comes out. Zooming out real quick to a full-time chart. That's actually the all-time low. It's double bottoming at the all-time low right now. The last time it only gave you 2 days at that low. Now we're getting multiple days consolidation at that low. And also stocks have some rule around $5. I forget what that rule is, but stocks have some, or was it hedge funds? Hedge funds have some sort of a $5 rule that they have to defend $5 because they can't invest or own stocks that are less than $5 in their portfolio or something like that. So if that idea comes into play, then I'm expecting this $4/$5 level to come back in and Fisker to actually give us some possible longs to the north side. You've seen what it did previously to the earnings report. You do get some volatility opening up on this position. So I'm looking to see what happens if this 4 area continues to hold. Well, since we already talked about Fisker, I'll just put an Under Armour here next. God damn it, Prad. Get better at this. Can 4 hold? Does 5 show resistance? If 5 can hold, yeah, I like these questions a lot more right now. Can 4 hold? Does 5 show resistance? If 5 can hold, what is happening at 550, 560? Yo, I like these questions right now, chat. Let's go. These are the type of questions you want to be asking yourself. All right, I like it. Next up, Under Armour. Stephen Curry. The meme for Stephen Curry that I saw recently was amazing. It's like, oh, I just have to show it to you guys. Let me pull it up. Let me go to full cam here so you guys don't see my history of YouTube and what YouTube suggests me and so on. I only have 6 viewers watching me. Wow, the stream is dying, guys. The stream is dying off, sadly. We used to have hundreds of viewers. Now we only have 6. Shout out to the 6 people watching me. You guys are OG. Tobias, 50% On DraftKings, Palantir 40%, Bill 130, Boyle, ooh baby, let's go. Apple puts for my only loser, banger day. Tobias killing it, dog. I love it. Tomorrow it's UPST, Bill, Zim, Boyle, VRM. On the other side, DraftKings, Lemonade, CRISPR, Palantir, and Gilead. Ooh, I like it. And AT&T. I missed that AT&T over there. My man's got a long list of stocks just like me, baby. I love it. Oh yeah, here we go. I found the meme. Let me put on my headphones. Let me mute the music over here. Full screen. Wait. Why is it so quiet? Why is it so quiet? Can you guys even hear that? Is that because my other YouTube video was too quiet? Oh, well, anyways, he was trying to explain the joke this over here where a guy asks his Indian friend what his mom's doing, and his Indian mom sends him this picture of Kyrie Irving cooking Stephen Curry, and the joke is cooking curry. That's a pretty good joke. Anyways, you guys don't get it. Under Armour is what we're talking about. Now I just feel awkward trying to explain that joke to you guys. Prad. Anyways, moving on to the next stock over here. Under Armour, pretty decent company. I'm always shocked that the stock is not worth more. I mean, I guess Nike and I don't even know if Adidas has a ticker. I guess if it does, it's in Germany. I don't know if they have. Oh, they do have a ticker in Milan, in Switzerland. Uh, what market is that? GPW? Not sure what market that is. Oh, they're in the market, OTC markets with two different tickers. Okay, Adidas. Okay, I'm Adidas gang all day, baby. Three stripes, you know it. Three stripe gang all day. But coming back to Under Armour over here, the stock in question. Obviously, don't know why people just don't like Under Armour. I think Under Armour has made a big recovery in the clothing section. You know, they've been sponsoring more companies, more kids have been buying Under Armour. But I guess just the Nike brand is so damn powerful because of Jordan, and then the Adidas brand was a little bit powerful because of Kanye for the recent time being, and other reasons too in the past. So Under Armour over here is still struggling. I guess we'll have to wait and see how the earnings report comes out tomorrow. Currently, this 52-week low, I'm guessing, is the all-time low. No, it's not the all-time low. The all-time low is damn near $1. Don't think we go all the way down there. I mean, the stock is way too valuable to go all the way down there, in my opinion. But for a day trade, I think we're gonna have to see what happens tomorrow. Honestly, I'll have to be remapping some of these levels most likely based on how the stock trades in pre-market, and I'm not expecting a lot of volatility either on this position. Maybe it pops up into these ranges a little bit higher, but doesn't really do too much above 850 is my honest guess. So gonna leave it noteless tomorrow like Roblox, and kind of remap that levels for ourselves. Before we go to the next stock, I'm going to quickly jump to DDD just to kind of make sure that the stock is even worth talking about, because I do remember the stock was in these prices when I first started trading. That's not when I first started trading, right around here in these prices, but now 3D Systems is like all the way at $4. So is it even worth trading? A dollar stock that brings in 1 million shares is not really that exciting, honestly. So we're going to walk away from that one, and we're going to move straight to the next stock over here. WBD, ladies and gentlemen, Warner Brother Digital. Obviously a little bit active more recently because of what's been happening with the Writers Guild Association strikes and so on. Is there an update on that Writers Guild Association? Is the strike over now? I'm not sure if the strike is over or not. Good dad joke, we get it. Yeah. You. Writers Guild Association is over or not. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to do a little bit more research, but purely playing off of what the stock is going to be announcing tomorrow. Yeah, I do have a line there. Awesome. Going to be announcing tomorrow. We're gonna be watching what type of trades show up. It's a little bit more on the boring side of the trades, in my opinion. This is a true boomer stock, and it trades like one also. So I'm not gonna be too excited to trade Warner Brother Digital, mainly because there's way too many stocks tomorrow that are actually worth looking at compared to Warner Brother Digital. But if just in case Warner Brother Digital is at any of these levels that we just threw down and gives us some interesting trades tomorrow, we can possibly trade them off those areas and even study how the stock trades in pre-market off the earnings report. So we'll take a look at the stock again tomorrow in pre-market to find any trades over there. Now we're moving to the next section of the watch list, which is the day 2, day 3 type of earnings plays over here for stocks that recently announced earnings either last week or either this week. Mainly this week, mainly yesterday, or mainly today. Sorry, mainly today. Is today Tuesday? So mainly yesterday and today. Sorry. There we go. Uber, Datadog, Trip, and EH. EH is not really a news play, but we'll take a look at that one for a day 2 play also. First one on the board here is Uber. Uber earnings wasn't too long ago. We started making that move right back into this 52-week high into $50. Today we actually peaked above 50, but didn't go too far above 50. But now the question is, can the stock show you buying above 50 and start making that rally higher above 50 for a bigger move north side? Uber finally looking a lot more bullish than it previously was, and obviously we need to see buying coming in at previous resistance turning into support and making that beautiful rally back up north. There's somewhat of a level over here near 52.30, 52.50 on almost call it roadblocks on Uber. So watch out to see what happens at those price points. The next price looks like somewhere around $60, which is a little bit too high in my opinion. So maybe we'll just kind of put a line in the middle just to watch how the stock does in case it gets there. But why not just go all the way up there if we can hold above 50 and actually hold above 52, which was this consolidation range high right in June 2021. So that will be something to look out for if 50 holds on the stock or not. Can 50 hold? If 50 holds, what is happening at 52.50? Can 52.50 hold? If that is holding, say hello to the rocket ship. If 50 isn't holding, is not really. We could just drop down to 46 and okay, yeah, that's gonna be a trade for tomorrow. I don't think the stock goes under 46 tomorrow if it doesn't hold 48, and I don't think the stock goes above 52 tomorrow if it doesn't hold 50. I don't know what I just said, but I have my trade idea right here. I'm ready. Jesus Christ, I'm so confused right now, I'll be honest with you. Datadog, D-dog, woof woof. Let's go to Datadog. Obviously, we have this beautiful area that we mapped out last night on Datadog, and we watched this stock consolidate all day in that price from 10 o'clock all the way into close. So looks like we have a solid range mapped out on this position. A lot of decisions were made, and mostly to the upside, I'm guessing. But now the question happens, what happens above 104/104.50 on this position? Was that the high of day today? What's the high of day, sir? 104.40. So the questions that we're going to put in, can stock... Okay, I'm going to actually... Where is stock opening? If open under 104.50, but above 101. 101? Why 101? Maybe because of this one, this anchored VWAP, or no, I'm gonna say 102. Get ready to take the 104.50 break if present for open drive. If stock breaks 104.50 and holds, can add. If stock rejects 104.50/105, possible fail break short. If stock holds 102 and /101, could look for longs. Only short under 100 if the stock is already under 105. All right, that's gonna be my notes. TripAdvisor kind of like the same trade over there that we just put down for Datadog. So we're like we said in our notes last night, we need to see TripAdvisor holding 16, 17. We saw it do that. It held 17. For the stock to have a day 2 trade, it really needs a lot of volume. I don't think we are going to see that tomorrow. But if for any reason the stock is holding above $17.50, $18, there could be a move to 19 in my opinion. So the stock needs to basically hold not all the way into where we consolidated today. We need to hold a little bit higher. So in my opinion, we need to hold above $17.50, $18 to have that move to the north side. Stock needs to hold above 17.50 to 18 to have a chance at 19. If stock could just have low volume and do nothing also and have an inside day. That is very much a possibility tomorrow for that position. Now let's go to EH. This stock moved to the downside on some Hindenburg report. Misleading order book that is largely based on dead or abandoned deals. What? Damn. Okay. I mean, that short report looks pretty solid at this point, doesn't it? So let's take a look over here. We are actually under $13 on EHang, which is the previous low over here. We popped up into 14. We rejected that 14. That's where we kind of got short on the day today. Right over here, we got short on the reject of the 2-day moving anchored VWAP, and then we rode it right back to the south side. We tried to trade off this news anchored VWAP, which is basically today's move. We tried to short off of this area quite a bit. We made some money off of that move overall. I think tomorrow we're looking to see an extension of that move. If the stock can stay under 13, Huh, did I say longs? What's wrong with me? I have my notes. Those are my notes. Okay, those are my notes. I'm trying to talk to myself over here. Stock needs to trade under 13 for the continuation. It's going to be on SSR day 2, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get short, but I think we're going to see another extension move to the downside on this position, especially how we traded today. The stock did, however, have some buyers coming in right around $12.30, and we had some sellers right around $14, $13 all throughout the day too. So some things over there to focus on. We'll see if some of these patterns come into play tomorrow, allowing us to get into some good shorts and continue that ride. Basically, have fun. We did, however, have to pay for shorts on the stock. We had to pay for shorts because they were not free. Not free for EH. Palantir, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. I don't know how many days it is. I mean, you guys can kind of get the idea. Basically, the day 2, day 3, day 4 play after the earnings move over here. Palantir managing to hold above 18, but still playing under $19. So not really having that move to 20 yet. Looks like a break of, let's say, 1920, 1950 is kind of what we're waiting for. But instead of taking the break, we can also look for the dip buying opportunities. Palantir right now losing a little bit of steam, losing a little bit of momentum. Naturally, as stocks during earnings season make that big volume spike on earnings day, then they die out as people move from one stock to another, as they're repositioning themselves, their portfolios, and day traders move from one stock to another to the in play stock and so on. So Palantir dying down a little bit on volatility and on volume, but still looking ready to make that run up to $20. So stay on watch. Don't take Palantir off your watch list. If any reason we do get any spikes into 20, you can possibly look for that rejection of the 20 area to get short. And if you are only interested in the long side, then any dip buys into 18, I guess, would be kind of interesting to look for longs. And then a breakout of 19, if you can keep your risk management tight, get long on the break of 19. But if we do get back under 19, just get ready to close that position, in my opinion, for the day trade, for the swing trade, whatever it is, because I don't think the stock will just stay up near 19. I think the stock will swing around quite a bit around these areas. Like, for example, you saw how it got above 19, but then immediately got back under 19. So I think that's what you can expect from this position a little bit. We are holding well above 18 right now, 1850, showing you some buying. So shout out to that. Palantir looking a little bit ready. Looks like it wants to go test 20. Could just wait for that price to come into play instead of trading the middle ranges, aka 19. However, for myself, I'm not going to trade the middle range. Hence, in my notes, that's what we put it down as. Writer's strike has ended. Actors striking, entering 100th day. Oh, writer's strike ended, but the actors are still striking. Ah. Okay. Okay. DraftKings, also day 2, day 3, day 4 play, you call it. We actually had the long today. We capitalized a little bit, not the whole move. However, DraftKings was a monster move up today, giving you that continuation past that 34.50, 35 area. Looks like DraftKings wants to continue going higher and higher. We do have the stock in our long-term portfolio too, so that makes us happy. Happy campers on DraftKings at the moment. So obviously, let's see what DraftKings wants to do. As a day trade, I don't really have levels to the upside, I'll be honest. So as not having levels to the upside, I think we just kind of wait for dips, see what happens near 35, see what happens near 34.50, and if the stock can hold 34.50 and 35 again, we could get long off of those prices. Where'd the stock close today? Right under 36. Okay, I like that. I like that. Look. Hello, chat. Chat, is the stream okay? Is the stream okay? Did the stream die? Did the stream die? Is everything okay? Are we back? Are we back? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Is the stream okay? Did the stream die? I think my internet just kind of restarted over there. Not sure what happened, but it's successfully connected. I do see that we have some drop frames, but we caught that right on time. Are you guys okay? We're back though. We're back. I'm gonna continue going over here. Also, I'm gonna quickly check my link over here to see if my stream is still up. Yeah, stream's up. Awesome. Stream is still up. TH is still in the chat. We are back. Sorry for the lag over there. For some reason, my internet decided to poopy scoopski on itself. But thankfully, we caught that before we continued about the market. So you guys didn't really miss anything over there. Coming back to the Square stock. I'm not too confident about making a day 2, day 3 trade on Square over here, but it'll still be on the back burner trades. But Shopify, I think, has a little bit more cleaner setup over here. Shopify 60 has been showing you beautiful support, and Shopify looks like it wants to get above that 62 and launch back to the north side. So we'll keep on watching Shopify a little bit closer than Square, but Square will still be on the watch list for tomorrow without doubt. Shopify dips into 60, look juicy. If stock can stay above 62, can look for longs there also. Square, like I said, will just be on the back burner. Now coming to the big tech, all these stocks have made some insane bounces, insane moves to the north side. Apple into this previous daily range high of 182.50. So look out what happens to see what around there. If Apple can get above and hold 182 to 182.50, possible longs here, but market and stock looks stretched. What I'm saying is basically, I mean, the QQQ and the SPY look a little bit stretched to me, okay? We popped into the range highs on all markets. QQQ popped into this range high. SPY popped into this range high. Apple popping into that range high. Amazon popping into the north side also. I mean, you name it. All these stocks have popped up. Do I think this is going to continue? No. I don't think this is going to continue. I think there's going to be a little bit of a sell-off. Microsoft's damn near all-time high right now. Jesus. Microsoft's damn near all-time high right now, and this stock is launching to the north side. So shout out to Microsoft, obviously, but I think there's a little bit of correction that's got to take place on the market. I think the whole tech basket is overbought at the moment. Hello, what are you doing? I think the whole tech basket is overbought. I think the whole market is overbought. A little bit of correction is warranted. Come on, like some selling pressure has to come in. The amount of buying that we're seeing every single day on the stock market at the moment is crazy. I guess that saying that stocks only go up is actually true. It's actually true. Stocks only go up. So market has been pretty damn bullish, but noticing all these levels, right? Look how cleanly the market today pinged that level. If you go to the 1-minute chart, you can see how far away from that the market was. SPY pretty much marked that level perfectly and rejected that price 3 times today. So for any reason, if the SPY hello, Prad, please. Is it 370, 350? Don't play with me. Yeah, 370, 350 to 374. Okay, so based on how the SPY and QQQ trades tomorrow, that's going to dictate to me how I'm going to be trading Apple, Microsoft, AMD, and so on. Microsoft, very close to all-time high. Look for failure slash backside on this level. The level is basically 366.78 slash 367, 366.50 to 367 area. And obviously failure to hold that area gives you a beautiful short, and a success to hold that area will possibly only happen if the SPYs and Qs are also above these two price points that we just put in, and a success to hold that area more long side on the Microsoft's longs over there. Amazon, I mean, I think Apple and Microsoft are at better levels in my opinion, but Amazon right near 143 to 145 over here, 146 also kind of stands out for those of you interested on that stock. Google, oh, we kind of forgot to put Google in the list over here. Google and Amazon a little bit lower priority in my opinion. Tesla, Microsoft, Apple a little bit higher priority. Nvidia in that list of stocks too. AMD also in the list of stocks. So it all depends for me honestly what happens on the QQQ and the SPY for me to start making decisions on the big tech. But ignoring the what happens on the overall market, we still got some stocks that are very dependent on themselves, on how on how their catalyst comes out. So we got a bunch of those stocks to prepare for tomorrow too, and that ends up being our beautiful, wonderful watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys found some fun stocks in that list of stocks for tomorrow, fun setups and trades in that list of stocks for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're looking for the economic calendar. Looks like Fed Chairman Powell comes out at 9:15 talking about, wonder what he's talking about, but he's going to be on the microphone at 9:15. So watch out for the mics to drop, and along with that mic drops the market, or it actually pops the market. So watch out what happens over there at 9:15, going on from 9:15 until he stops talking. So watch out for that time period. 10:30 we got crude oil inventory. So for anyone who's trading Occidental Petroleum, this number could make or break. Let me just turn this off. This number could make or break your trade tomorrow. The crude oil numbers that are coming out at 10:30. So for anyone trading Oxy or XLE or crude futures, you might want to watch that number tomorrow. And 11:30 we got Atlanta Fed GDP coming out. That's a 2-star event. 10-year auction also coming out at 1 o'clock. That's a 2-star event. And a couple other Fed members coming out later on in the day to disturb the market. So gotta love that. So make sure that you are tracking the economic calendar every single day. If you aren't, it's probably some of these times where you're getting stopped out on your trades and you're pissed off as to what's really going on. Now you understand what's going on, right? So always keep a track of the economic calendar, especially if you're a day trader. It's way more important if you're a day trader, because we are positioning ourselves around these times of days, and they come out and they kind of screw with our position. So you want to be very, very careful. But doesn't look too crazy of an economic calendar. We've seen crazier economic calendars come out, but it does look like we got a couple events that could help us out in the trades tomorrow. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really see anything else to be showing you guys. Oh yeah, tomorrow after hours we got AMC, Walt Disney, Twilio, Marathon Digital. This is a cryptocurrency stock. For those of you who don't know, cryptocurrency is pretty much back in play. I mean, look at BTC USD, baby. Mamma mia, $36, 36,000 coming into play on BTC USD. So Marathon Digital over there coming back into play along with Bitcoin's move. Affirm after hours tomorrow, and Space, the final frontier, also coming out with the earnings report tomorrow after hours. All of these stocks, we'll talk about it on stream tomorrow 8 o'clock, so make sure you show up for that. And a couple other stocks too that we're gonna set up for, such as Li Auto and maybe some of the other stocks over here. Yeti, Maybe Yeti gives us a trade. So we'll talk about all of these trades to set up for and prepare for at tomorrow, 8 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you show up. Don't be late because we have a lot of fun here as we always do. As long as the stream doesn't lose internet like we did today. As long as that doesn't happen, we're fine. We're fine. Tracking oil lower prices this morning was good for stocks. Yeah. I mean, market did go up, but oil stocks. Yes, oil stocks. Ooh-wee. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:41 Eastern Standard Time. We've been live for about an hour and 41 minutes minus that minute or 30 seconds that we were not live for because our internet went down. Besides that, we talked the talk. The time is to now walk the walk tomorrow. I wish you the best for your walk tomorrow. And I wish you a great rest. Enjoy your sleep. Make sure you come back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I will miss you until then. And tomorrow is Wednesday. So we still have 2 more streams this week. Yeah, make sure you come back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Go check out all my links down below. You know exactly where they are and what type of products I promote. Only good trading products that traders use, not that other random bullshit that other random companies over there be promoting just because they want to make that dollar, right? So if you want to go check out any of the trading programs that I use or subscribe to me on any of my social media platforms, all my links down below. I will be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Good night, people. Adios.